if there's not going to be a round of applause, I will introduce Jamie Blackley to the stage, please. Here he comes. Come on, louder. It's a bit better. I'll accept that. Hello, sir.
Hi.
Yeah, they're doing call and response. It's a good sign. So, that was a trailer for the film If I Stay, and I read in an interview somewhere that you were in a period, and I'm going to quote you now, where you were in a couldn't get a job patch.
Couldn't get a job for the life of me, no.
Couldn't?
No.
Not even at KFC?
Not even a KFC.
Shoot.
No, I know.
So when you got this email from your agent, was it a huge smile on your face, or you were like, oh, well, it's going to be...
I ignored the email. I ignored the I got sent the script and I ignored the email because I thought, oh, there's no point because I'm not going to get it anyway. So I just ignored it, and then I got another email like a week later asking where the tape was, and I was like, I haven't done it. So eventually I went back in, and then I tested with Chloe like the week after. So
Wow, that's pretty quick.
good job I didn't ignore it.
Yeah,
fully.
very much so. And you've got to be a bit of a triple threat in this. You've got to be, and I'm quoting the book here, very handsome. Yeah. And you've got to sing, and you've got to play guitar.
And dance to a very good standard.
Was that part of the list?
No.
Imagine. A very good standard. Can't be mediocre here. So when you're in with the audition, were you out with your guitar at that point? Were you showing them your stuff?
Well, I'd played the guitar from around the age of like 12, so it was kind of a handy little tool to have. Yeah, and I had to play them like a couple of songs, and the first song went so terribly, like really bad. But the amp wasn't plugged in, so
Sure.
they had no idea, which was good.
Accidentally on purpose.
Accidentally on purpose.
You kicked your foot through it. What were the songs you were singing? I'm curious.
I played "Money, That's What I Want," which was which went terribly, and then I played "One Day Like This" by Elbow.
Nice. You're a big Elbow fan.
I love Elbow.
Oh, awesome. And this is where we bring out a guitar. No, that's not
Can
true.
you
That's
imagine?
not true.
Oh God, I'd run away.
Just straight out that door. So yeah, you do have to really do the rock star thing as well. Leather jacket, a variety of very cool T-shirts.
Right.
Any of your own that you brought along?
No, it was complete. All of it was costume. None of it was mine.
I don't believe you for a second. You should have slipped an elbow one.
I should have slipped an elbow one.
Foolish error. Now, I want to go straight to a clip now because there's something I want to mention on the topic of costume and clothing with the first clip. And I think you know what I'm about to do here now.
Yeah, I think so.
That was, believe it or not, Beethoven.
Yeah.
I mean, blinking, you just couldn't tell the difference. And by Beethoven, I mean this gentleman rather than Chloe. Although you can probably see there's a certain Debbie Harrishness to her there. Mm-hmm. Now, we were just discussing off mic there, the original plans for that costume weren't just as gorgeous as they were there. The velvet was very nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, sultry. But also a wig. There was going to be a wig.
Well, we actually shot a scene with the wig.
You actually... So there's footage.
There's footage. I'm sure there's a photo somewhere as well of me in the wig, and it was horrific.
This is Blu-ray extra stuff.
It was huge. It was the biggest thing you'd ever seen in your life. It was horrible. And I had a conducting baton as well in the scene that I would just like.
Were you acting out each word with the baton?
Yes, I was. Yeah, completely.
Brilliant. I cannot wait to see a picture of that. If there's any way that could be shown to me reasonably soon, I'll be very pleased. But no, that whole outfit's pretty cool. And I was wondering, as well as the T-shirts I alluded to earlier, did you get to keep any of that kit?
None of it. Not a single thing. I don't think I kept anything from set at all.
You fool.
I know. So stupid of me.
You
Should have kept the wig. Would have worn it today. I would have worn it today if I kept it.
It's just ridiculous. But no, you get introduced in the film in this classic high school locker room scene.
Walking down the corridor.
Cool as hell. Did you try to perfect your cool walk?
I was trying so hard not to laugh the entire way down because they kept having to tell people to like turn as I was walking out, and I found it hilarious. I had to just stop myself from laughing.
No, we're going to do it again, but act more impressed, everyone. Especially you. Come on, this is a cool guy. He's wearing a leather jacket. Come on. No, you do this cool walk, which I love. But you also, as we saw in the trailer earlier, you do a run for love. That's a really key thing in an actor's repertoire. The run for love.
A run for love, yeah.
Did you practice that in a corridor?
The key is not to practice, because you just got to let it all go there.
You just got to be honest.
Yeah.
And it was
I think I look really like weird running.
You reckon?
Yeah, really weird. Like rigid.
Like a Lego man.
Yeah, like a Lego man.
That's what they ask for, you know, at Juilliard. They ask you to do a Lego man. Yeah, that's brilliant. That'll come up a lot. Now, you play, and this always pleases me, you play a teenager, but you're in your 20s.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you for that.
Shaving 7 times a day.
7?
7.
That is more than Jason Van Der Beek
That is more than Jason Van Der Beek.
on Dawson's Creek. Does anyone here remember Dawson's Creek? Probably none of
I
you.
do.
That one girl there.
1, that's good.
7's impressive.
Yeah.
Got through a few
It's a
backstories.
bit of an exaggeration.
Yeah, it was actually 17.
Yeah.
You know, you're in your 20s, but what's annoying here is that Chloe was probably 16 at the time of shooting this, maybe 17.
I think she might have been 16, maybe.
Did it ever at any point occur to you that she's this prodigiously talented, incredibly young, beautiful young actress, and you just think, enough? Can there be a flaw?
Can there be a flaw?
Did she cough?
Someone told me the other day she's done 30 films, and she's like 17.
That is officially showing off. there is absolutely no need for that, and I don't approve. I pointed out earlier that you actually tweeted about this event earlier on the Twitter, and I was wondering, just with that in mind, do you have a name for your fans? Because Tom Hiddleston has Hiddlestoners, and Benedict, I think his name is Cumberbatch, is Cumber Babes. Would you like to suggest one, or was that me just tempting fate?
I think that's you just tempting fate. I've got the most horrible imagination in the world.
Blackleyites. I want you guys to think of it when we get to the Q&A portion, which will come up shortly. Maybe suggest one, or maybe don't, in case you get embarrassed easily. Now, did you tell Chloe that you hadn't watched the Kick-Ass films?
That I hadn't?
Yeah.
I have watched them.
Several times.
Several times. I was worried she was going to kick my ass.
Yeah.
At some point.
Well, I'm actually going to cue up the next scene because I'm a king of segues. Because there's a scene here that we're about to see in the clip which reminded me halfway through, I reckon she's going to whip out a blade.
Yeah.
This could well happen. So if we can just cue it up, and hopefully you'll see what I mean. So you could have seen where the blades came out, right? It was just when you got to the bin.
If you blinked, you might have missed it, but she definitely got them out.
She definitely, just for a millisecond. And I want to bring up something there, and this is just a flat-out compliment. Your American accent is incredible.
Oh, thank you
It
so much.
It really
thank
is
you.
very, very good. And you're from the Isle of Man, which is
I
not.
am.
Is that lots of American-sounding people there?
No, not one. Probably not one.
So how do you focus your mind? Or do you have trigger words to get into the accent?
I mean, I don't know. It's just something that I just picked up through practice, really, and it's an accent that you hear all the time. So I just kind of did that.
Honestly, I'm not going to ask for a round of applause, but it is impressive.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and you've also got. And I'm asking about this because I'm a big Woody Allen fan, but I see on the internet.
On the interweb.
That you might be in one of his films, and he's tried to make this film so many different times. It's called Untitled Woody Allen Project, and I've seen it at least 8 times now. Do you think you'll finally make it with you?
I mean, I hope so. We finished it now. We're all done. So I'm not sure when it's going to be out or whatever, but it was really fun. Yeah, it was really, really fun.
Did you do an American accent, and also how much can you tell us about it?
I can tell you nothing about it, but I do an American accent.
That is a scoop, ladies and gentlemen. Did you all hear that? In a Woody Allen movie, he is doing an American accent. Now, I also want to ask you, because it always delights me when I discover that at some point in a British actor's life, they've appeared on Casualty.
Yes.
Because everyone has a cracking good, and this I hope you can follow on from this, Casualty story. I asked Imogen Poots once for hers, and it is incredible. Whenever you see her, ask, could you tell me your Casualty story?
So my Casualty story, let me remember. My Casualty story was that I was a drug dealer in Casualty. I know, right? It's crazy.
Is this because you have to shave 7 times a day?
Definitely. Yeah. So, and we go to this house party, and everyone gets really happy, and the girl, my girlfriend in the episode of Casualty, has to jump from like the landing on the stairs, like 2 floors up or something, and she jumps and she basically like dislocates her knee. And that's about as far as the story goes.
That's the
and it's my fault
incident.
Because I gave her something.
Because you gave her the happy?
Yeah, I gave her the happy.
She dislocated her knee?
Yeah.
I really hoped it'd be something a bit more brutal than that.
No, it's rubbish.
That's all you got. But that's genuinely is a rite of passage. You've also done Doctors, but you haven't done The Bill.
I haven't done The Bill.
Damn.
I haven't. I think I auditioned for The Bill a couple of times, but didn't get anywhere with that.
That was in the period we alluded to earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that, man.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah,
It's
well, there you
fine.
go. Now, you play this rock star. I want you to tell me again the name of the band because I couldn't quite get it into my head.
Willamette Stone.
What is the story behind Willamette Stone?
So Willamette Stone, the story is set in Portland, and apparently Willamette is a place around Portland. I think.
Because in the
I
book,
could be
they're called
completely wrong.
Shooting Star,
That's true.
which isn't quite as rock and roll,
It's not quite as rock and roll. It's a bit.
and it doesn't stick in the minds. But then again, I have no idea what Willamette is, and it didn't stick in my mind.
No,
so
but you completely forgot.
I just totally forgot. Did you watch any other like on-screen rockers to kind of get yourself into it, or were you just channeling your real-life rock heroes?
I was just having so much fun. I was just having the most fun, and that's what you see. Really, is just me, just having a blast, basically.
And who wrote the songs? Because we don't have any footage of it, but trust me, when you see the film, the songs are actually pretty damn catchy.
They are pretty catchy.
What are the origins of those?
There's basically a whole bunch of different bands that submitted songs basically to the producers, and they just picked out the ones that they thought were, the most appropriate.
They all fit together really well, and when you're doing it dressed as Beethoven, it really
it's
adds.
quite something.
it adds-
Without the wig would have been.
Yeah,
better.
I was thinking earlier that would be amazing to headbang to.
Yeah.
That is, and also tell me when you were on set for that day that we saw in the first clip. Tell me there were like photographs of you two together posing, like
What as our?
as those two.
I don't know if there might be somewhere.
You want to delete all evidence aside from the film.
Yeah.
Too embarrassed. Now we're going to get to your questions very, very soon. I hope you've got them ready. She does. I've decided. No, she doesn't. Sorry, I love doing that. But I also want to ask about a guy I love interviewing called Will Poulter.
Yes.
Now you have worked with him, or are you working with him in a film called Kids in Love?
Yeah, we finished that a while ago now, like last summer, I think.
Would you say he's the most distracting human being in existence?
Distracting.
Yeah.
In what sense?
He is. I cannot keep one train of thought going with him because he'll bring up something else.
Oh yeah, he could talk and talk and talk. He can. That's what's great about him. There's never a dull moment with Will.
I also thought with this film, because this is not a rom-com, and this is, I think you'd call it a young adult story,
Yeah.
but it's not in that way that so many people presume. Like it's a traditional young adult story. It's very human, it's very grounded.
There's a few monsters.
There are a few, yes.
Only a couple.
Jeez, man, spoilers. Unbelievable. There's a second act twist where it turns out he's a werewolf. Really, it's because of the shaving thing. Yeah, it's also got a sequel. The novel has a sequel.
Yeah, it
and
does.
it's from your perspective.
I haven't read it.
No.
Whoops. No,
Shoot.
I haven't. But my mum has, and she likes it.
Does she pre-read all your scripts for you as well?
Well, she just has no idea what the hell's going on, and she just tries to keep up the best way she can.
And did you read the book several times before you got started with this one?
I read it once. I read it one time, and then if we were getting to a scene that I was a bit confused about, then I'd kind of flick back to it and see what was going on.
And also, it just looks cool to have a book in your pocket.
Yeah,
yeah
like
yeah,
a beat up. I'd like pour coffee over it.
Yeah, dog-eared. You sat on it a few times. God, it's all the same tricks. Now, I am going to let somebody else ask a question to this lovely gentleman. Who would like to put their hand up and then make one in that order? This lady here, in the black and white top here.
That's you.
That's you. I pointed so we know.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I've never done this before. My name's Lily. Here on my best friend. What was the scariest part of your audition?
I don't think there was a part that wasn't scary. I get so scared and so nervous. So it was just about kind of making sure that I relaxed as much as possible instead of making a fool of myself. So the entire thing was scary. The whole thing.
Did you have a getting to know you Chloe friend date session?
I think they wanted to do that, but we never did it for some reason. I can't remember why. We just never did it. And then we just jumped into work, basically. We kind of just got to know each other as we went along, which is fine.
You suddenly have to be intensely in love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one of them.
That's what I do. It's
Yeah.
easy.
It's fine.
Yeah, just what is she like off camera? Is she going out for drinks afterwards, or is it pretty much work?
No, yeah, she's very much home and she was in every single day as well. So she's kind of up early, finishing late at nights. But we just made sure we just kept it as fun as possible when we were working, so that maybe it'll fool people into thinking that we were in a relationship. I guess.
Yeah. That is acting.
Fooling.
You heard it here. It's all pretending for money. Who would like this lady here has also had a hand up. and it's right in the middle, which is going to make it the hardest position to put a mic towards.
There we go.
Hi.
Hi.
What did you think of the script when you first saw it?
I thought the first thing that I thought it was so cool that young people were responding to it in such a cool way, because it isn't kind of your everyday young adult novel in terms of the book. So I just thought it was really cool that young people were taking to it in such a big way.
There are a really big group of fans for this book. I mean, it is a bestseller.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a certain amount of pressure when you discover, and when you finally respond to the email and send off your tape, was there a certain pressure where you went, now I've really got to deliver, because not only are there film fans out there that are going to be very keen to see this, but book fans?
Yeah, that was yeah. I'm still petrified to this day, right now. Yeah, but I think because everyone has such a vivid idea of what they think that these characters are like, but each idea is going to differ from the other. So all that I could do really was kind of read the script and read the book, and then work out what my interpretation would be and hope for the best.
And this is based in Portland as well.
Mm-hmm.
Was it partly shot in Portland and I think partly in Vancouver? Is that right?
We were all in Vancouver the entire time. Yeah.
Which is why it looks so
Tricks.
gorgeously beautiful with the forest and such like.
Yeah. All of that.
What's it like out there? Had you been there before?
It's so cool. No, it's my first time there. And it was cool because you could be like in the middle of the city, and then you could drive for like 20 minutes and be up in a mountain somewhere. It was really great.
Dressed as Beethoven.
Dressed as Beethoven.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to find out what people do on their days off on set. Just going for a walk in the woods. It's good
Dressed
fun.
as Beethoven.
Also, this is a bit of a left field thing, but you saw in that trailer, don't know the actor's name, but the guy who plays Gramps.
Stacey Keach.
Thank you. He has a voice like, I don't know what, like several Santa Clauses at the bottom of a well.
Yes.
When you talk to him as a human, did you ever go, can you repeat that? Not because I haven't heard it, because I just loved hearing it.
The trick is just not to really say much, and then he feels like he's got. He sent me a Christmas card, and I was so pleased. He sent me a Christmas card of him and his entire family. I thought, he's a good guy.
Was it one of those Christmas cards that you open it and it speaks?
I wish it was, and just him saying, "Merry Christmas."
Ho 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 ho. Honestly, it's incredible.
Yeah, he's got a good voice.
I wish I could bottle it, though that makes no sense with sound. Can I have another question, please? The furthest left I've ever accepted a question from. Let's do it.
How and when did you decide you wanted to become an actor?
I don't know when. I can't actually remember the moment where I decided. I know that from a young age I really, really enjoyed doing it as like a hobby. Like I would play football, and then on the weekend I would go and act and sing and do other stuff. And then as I got older, it kind of just slowly came to me, because I don't think I realised that you could do it for work. And then I went to college for a little bit, and I was like, don't want to go to college anymore. And I just gave it a go. I went to a high school called Silver Youngs for 5 years, which is like a theatre school. And then I guess along the way there, somehow I thought I would do it, but I never thought that it would be possible. It just kind of, bit by bit happened.
I don't want to speak on behalf of Jamie here, but I know the real reason why you want to become an actor.
Oh no!
It's because you saw Midsummer Murders.
Yep.
And you thought, I want to be on that show.
I want to be on that show.
I haven't seen your episode, but do you get killed? Please say yes.
Do I get killed? No, I think I'm a suspect. I can't remember the story, but I think I'm a suspect.
Are you always someone a bit shady?
Sometimes. Usually, if it's Midsummer Murders, Casualty, or Doctors, then yes.
I'm Mr. Shady. Again.
I had a friend that did Doctors twice. Apparently, there's like a time period where you can do Doctors, and then if it's enough time, then you can do it again, but it's someone different.
That is a hallowed group of people. That's like a British Actors Hall of Fame. If you double dip on Doctors, that's fantastic. That's like being neighbours twice in Australia. That's such good news. Can we have another question? This lady here with the green top.
What was your favourite film? What was your favourite scene to film with Chloe?
With Chloe, what was the favourite scene to film with Chloe? My favourite scenes in general are the concert scenes, because they were just ridiculous fun to do. They were so much fun. My favourite scene to do with Chloe was probably that argument scene, because that was just fun to shout. It's good to shout. Let it out.
It's another key part of acting. Shouting lessons. I also wondered whether a good scene was you at one point are seen with your character is seen with a longboard.
A longboard, yes, yeah.
Did you a short longboard, which is confusing? Do you actually skate?
Well, when I got the job, they said to me, one of the first things they said to me is you need to learn to skate, because I think that was like a big deal. They wanted Adam to like skate, and then they just seemed to forget about it, and I never said anything about it. Like I did a bit of practice, and I'm not very good at it, but they just never mentioned it, so I never mentioned it because I just didn't want to do it. And then one day when they were like, we're going to film some montage stuff, they're like, where's the longboard? And I was like, what?
Now, if you could do a triple kickflip, that would be great. You didn't quite land that one. You've broken your ankle. Can we do that again?
I actually did that once. I broke my wrist on a bike because they asked me to learn a wheelie. They seem to always ask me to learn something. So they asked me to learn this wheelie. And again, they didn't mention it, so I didn't mention it. And then I was riding the bike one day, and our director just shouted out the window. He was like, do the wheelie! And I went, oh no. But I just pretended I was really confident. I did it once, and it was like really short off the ground, and then I was like, right, here we go, Jamie, go for it. And I went, and I lifted it up, and he said it was like a spider trying to ride a bike. And I just fell, and I broke my wrist. I know.
You suffer for your art. 100%. And was it a good take at least?
No, it was unusable
Because
completely.
you'd broken a bone. That's amazing. Can you tell me what that was for?
It was for You Want Me to Kill Him.
Oh, of course, right, that makes
Yeah.
sense. And
BMX.
BMX, even harder. Amazing. Can you please, someone else, ask a question? This lady in this lovely trench coat.
If the second movie gets made, it would essentially be your film. Is that more exciting or more nerve-wracking for you to carry a film?
I don't know. I try not to think about it really until someone mentioned it. The people keep asking about the thing because obviously people love the book, but I think we're just hoping as many people as possible go and see this one, and then I'm sure there'll be a conversation about it. But yeah, I mean, I'd be excited.
For those not on the know, it's called Where She Went. So, there you go. You now know that fact. Excellent. How about another question? This lady standing up the back.
Hi.
Hi.
If you could choose to star in any film, which would it be and which character would you play?
Oh my
Or
word!
from the whole history of cinema.
From the
Yeah, I've left
whole
that question a bit open. So.
history of cinema.
Oh, I can't wait for this
It
one.
would be to play Ian Curtis that Sam Riley did in Control. That would be amazing.
Speaking of spectacular voices,
Wow.
I would love to see those two in a talk-off.
That would be a talk of. You made that up.
Let's call it a conversation. It's a new word I just made up, exactly. Yeah, I mean, what's so good about that is that that's someone who's still around, possibly, you could say, contemporary of yours, and you said, yeah, I would like to have done that.
I would have loved to. I
love
love
it.
Ian Curtis. I've got a tattoo of Ian Curtis.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's going to show it for you right now.
No way.
And this is for Control, obviously.
Yeah.
Amazing. And you're a big fan of...
Yeah. And I thought he was amazing. Sam Riley was unbelievable.
That's going on to other rockers. I was wondering, there's one key one, but what else do you like in the history of rock movies?
In rock movies, core blimey. I don't know.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall with Russell Brand.
You read my mind.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
Yeah, wow.
Didn't I?
You're good at that.
Isn't it? It's pretty incredible. I can't believe I said a talk-off. Incredible. We'll have another question. Arguably, I would like to challenge anybody to ask a question more open-ended than that one, because I would love to hear it. This lady with a scarf.
Hi.
Hi.
What's the best bit about being an actor?
It's
You can say this moment right now.
this moment right now. I think it's I get to do what is essentially a hobby for me, and that I really, really love to do, and earn a living from it, and then getting to meet all you guys as well is really cool. I've only started doing that recently, and that's really, really fun. And getting to see places, go to different places that I've never been before, it's pretty wicked, yeah.
Any job that allows you to walk around a wood as Beethoven.
As Beethoven, yeah.
It's a good job.
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier that you're on Twitter.
Yes.
How's that going for you?
I'm not very good at it.
You're-
All I talk about is football.
Do you think Twitter's a game and you can be bad at it?
Yeah. Genuinely.
You reckon?
I'm bad at it.
Just Twitter send you minus points, saying that was a terrible
that was
tweet.
terrible, yeah.
Do you want to?
And then it burns. I can feel it burning a hole in my pocket, going, oh.
Do you want to do that one again?
Yeah, do you want to give that another go? No.
You were talking about the weather. Ah, sorry about that.
Interesting.
We're going to delete that for you. No, but I'm wondering, like, talking about fan interaction, is that will you use it for, or is it just, talking about the football scores, like you say?
I mean, essentially, I just used it to talk about football. And then I was then asked if I would join Instagram, and I joined Instagram and put up 4 pictures of my dog. And then, since I've never taken another photo on there.
You think you're bad at the internet? Everything you've said sounds like you're great at the internet.
Really?
4 dogs on Instagram. That's brilliant. That's all they ever want. The internet's full of it. I was wondering, speaking of football and creature comforts, you're shooting in Vancouver.
Yeah.
What bits of Britishness did you bring along with you to keep yourself going? Was there a big Marmite stash?
I love Marmite. I really, really like Marmite, but I didn't bring any of that. I brought a lot of refreshers. The little sugary sweets.
Are we talking like the bars, or are we talking like the little...
Like the little like square numbers. Yeah, really great. Brought a lot of them. I think that's about the only amount of Britishness that I brought. And my Crystal Palace shirt. That's about it. For myself.
I think I know why you didn't need a chemistry, like, getting to know you session with Chloe. Is because you rocked up wearing a Crystal Palace shirt with a big handful of refreshers and just went...
Going, oh yeah.
So, shall we be in love? All right, we're done here. Fantastic. I love that you're a Marmite fan. It's key.
I really, really love Marmite. I don't understand how you can't.
Apparently some people don't, but it's lies. Any other questions? This lady in the grey top over here.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, you?
Yeah, good.
Okay, right, so I was wondering, what was your favourite line in the movie, and can you say it the way you act, like the character does it?
Oh my word. I don't know if I could do that, but I could tell you my favourite line of the movie is nothing that I say, because I always look at it, whenever I watch it, I kind of look through my fingers, because I'm just like morsely embarrassed by myself, but I like when her dad says, sometimes in life you make choices, then sometimes choices make you. Because I think that's kind of like that's a true thing.
It's a very bit of wisdom for you there. Tell me about the actor who plays the dad. He struck me as a very cool guy.
He's really cool.
He's this awesome big
Joshua
beard.
Leonard.
Big rocker beard.
And he's got tattoos of like deer on his arm. I know, it's bizarre.
He was made for Vancouver.
Cool. Yeah, he was made for Vancouver.
That's fantastic. Another question from this side of the room, I've decided. This gentleman here, which is the first time I've said that so far, this Q&A.
Hi, who's your inspiration as an actor?
I love Joaquin Phoenix. I think he's kind of amazing. And on the last one, I got to work with him, which was kind of unbelievable. Yeah, so him probably.
Did you do that nerdy, a little bit embarrassing thing of just ask questions and then when it got uncomfortable, just sit there?
I saved that for one car journey home once. We were in a car journey home and asked him so many questions. But he was really excited and wanted to talk about it all. So I was like, brilliant. So there was no awkward.
When you meet an idol like that, where do you begin with your questions? What's it like being you?
I mean, I let him lead it. Let him lead and then just chip in like you're not really bothered, but really you're like so excited.
Who else would be on the list of would be awesome to work with? You've already ticked off Woody Allen.
I mean, I rarely ever watch anything and don't like fall in love with something about it. So kind of everyone.
You're watching like box sets and going, oh, I would love to have been in Control, but I could also have done Aaron Paul's part in Breaking Bad, I reckon. I could have snuck that one as well. Who wants to ask another question? This lady here.
Cry when you first watched the film, or were you trying to be a man and...
I didn't know. Because like I said earlier, the whole time I'm just sunk into my chair like this, just going, oh my god, watching myself. But I think I nearly did with the Gramps' scene where his little voice breaks, yeah. That got me.
Yeah.
Nearly went.
They know exactly what they're doing as well.
Yeah.
Oh, then they hold hands. Oh, it's too much.
It's too much.
It's like Bob Dylan all over again. So I'm being photographed. Let's let's talk more about what you've got coming up after this. You've
Mhm.
alluded to a couple of things.
Yeah.
What else is on the plate?
Don't know yet. Trying to work all that out. We finished the Woody film, so that'll be out sometime next year, I assume. And then yeah, just trying to work all that out.
Still, the Woody film. It's changed
Whoever will
titles now.
employ me.
Whoever.
Anyone,
But when
please.
I send the script, it'll be me.
Yeah.
That's what's so good about it. I'm going to call it Where She Went. Who wants to ask another question? This lady here.
When you're filming, how do you maintain your like the American accent?
I don't know. I just kind of like I won't like be in between takes pretending to be an American. I'll just like
You can do that. You can hop on and off.
yeah, I tend to do that. So I kind of think everyone would be a bit freaked out if I was just walking around pretending to be American. They go, hold on a minute, chill out.
You're desperately asking for Marmite with an American accent. It's like Daniel Day-Lewis is like that.
Yeah.
Always stays in character.
Yeah. I couldn't do it.
Even in rom-coms.
Even in rom-coms.
Even in rom-coms. I'm going to have another question, though I did like that one. The Man in the Grey.
Hello.
Hi.
How do you deal with rejection and keep going as an actor?
You allow yourself a day, usually. We allow ourselves a day, and then we go, right, tomorrow we'll just, you're allowed to be disappointed, and it will keep on happening, but as long as you know that that tomorrow you'll just crack on, like, tomorrow's a new day, you can just crack on and do it again, and if it happens again, then give yourself another day to get over it, and then again, go again the next day.
I really like that day rule.
Yeah.
Give yourself a good solid day
Yeah.
to moping.
Because everyone says, oh, you'll just get over it. When really, no, you should just wallow in it for a little bit, and then
24 hours of minstrels and crying.
yeah,
You move on.
yeah.
What is your trick for a good mope?
For a good mood.
Aside from singing sad songs to yourself in your bedroom.
I'm probably just really untalkative. Just don't talk. Stick the TV on. Stick the football on, and just wallow. Domino's Pizza.
I was going to say, how's being a Crystal Palace fan going right now?
Not very well.
Not very good.
Not very well, but
Helping with the moping.
yeah. Anyone want to be manager of Crystal Palace? We're looking for someone.
We have a hand up here.
There we go.
Good. We'll deal with that later. You can
Write up the contract.
It's as easy as that. Okay. Another question. Okay. Another difficult seat arrangement here in between the two cameras. It's pass the parcel, except no one can unwrap a microphone.
Did you find it easy to relate to Adam in the film?
I don't know. He's a lot cooler than I am, for a start, and he says a lot of, very romantic things, which I don't.
Ridiculously romantic.
Like, you couldn't even write it. Someone did, though.
I was thinking, watching it, girls will watch this film and expect men to talk that way.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Sorry, mate.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks a big heap.
But yeah, he I guess he's kind of ambitious, which is something. But he's very cool.
If you were to start your own band right now, what would you call it?
Someone asked me this question earlier, and I just have some terrible shooting star.
That would be terrible.
Oh well, I don't know. So it would be the something,
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
You're gonna be a the band.
The band. The Spatulas.
Nice. The Blackleys. I like that.
Yeah.
The Spatulas. Yeah, let's make it happen. All right, we've got a few things to do afterwards. I've got to write a script. You've got to take over Crystal Palace, and we've got to start a band called the Spatulas. Okay, question. Lady in a colour which I'm going to call green.
Hi.
Hi.
If you could be in a band with any three people, what three people would it be?
It would be Ian Curtis. They're all going to be singers.
This is going to be an a cappella group.
Yeah,
imagine
this is going to be like a barbershop.
Think
group.
of the harmonies. Carry on.
It would be Ian Curtis, John Lennon, and Bob Dylan. And then I'd be in the back somewhere.
What's so good? You'll be on tambourine. Just trying not to cry too loudly into the microphone. I also like how you picked somebody who is no longer alive.
Yeah.
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 Because that's what.
Two people that are no longer alive.
Well, that's true.
Two.
Great fun.
Yeah, we'll work that out.
You'll work it out. Again, that's another job for you. Cheers. That's a great question. I was wondering not to do Desert Island Discs here, but if you could only have, say, 3 tracks on your iPod,
It would be
on your Apple iPod,
it would be Girl from the North Country. It would be Me by the 1975.
I thought you were to say me singing a song.
Can you imagine? And then it'd probably be One Day Like This, Elbow.
Wow. And then he delivers the romantic stuff, and then he plays this music. It's great. Okay, I have another question. Next to the previous question here.
Hello.
Hello.
When you were filming, was it awkward thinking that Chloe's 5 years younger than you and you have to kiss her?
I think it's no matter how old your opposite number is, it's completely awkward anyway. Whoever it is, because you're just a stranger that you're kissing. So it's just awkward. Whatever it is, you got to work out which way you're going, which way you're turning your head, and that. But we worked it out in the end.
Is that part of the script where it goes left, right?
I wish it was. It would make things a lot quicker and easier because we got to work it out.
Stage directions: tilt 45 degrees left.
Genuinely, how much we got so much direction on the kissing.
Also, you were in this. I was about to say like location, but it's like a gorgeous old like shipyard house.
Yeah.
And then it looked freezing.
It was cold.
It was cold, and then suddenly it's like, we just hit noses for the 3rd time. God, this is fantastic. But no, I like how you use the phrase opposite number.
Opposite number?
Opposite number. My kissing opposite number today.
That's a football term as well.
You know that.
You should know that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're ripping up the contract right now.
It's all over. I have a question from the man who's put up a finger at the back. He's going round.
He's going round.
Jamie, hi.
Hi.
You've done some TV and film work.
Yeah.
What's next after Woody Allen project?
Don't know yet. We're just working that out. Whoever will take me, basically. We need to find that.
Speaking of TV, you mentioned earlier how sometimes when you're watching yourself, you want to kind of crawl up inside.
Every time.
Every time.
Every single
Fantastic.
time.
In your career, watching, doing the smaller TV gigs, are there any that people contact you on Twitter with and say, I just saw you on ... Has that happened yet?
I don't know if it hasn't recently. I think I probably got one about Casualty a long time ago.
Trawling through YouTube.
It's horrific.
Watching a poor girl break her bones. How about a question from this side of the room? There are a couple of hatted ladies. It's a great hat.
Thanks. Hi. Who was your favourite person to work with on the film?
Who was my favourite person to work? I think the band in general were really cool because we just had the most fun together, and me and one of the guitarists, Ben, we struck up a little bromance, which was really nice, and it was cool being around them because they'd never worked on a movie before, so it was all really exciting for them, and well, it was exciting for everyone, but that kind of rubs off on you when you're working with people like that. So probably those guys.
You're working with Chloe, obviously. Was there a temptation to talk to her about Kick-Ass? Because I described her as this prodigious talent. She's 17. She is also, capable of doing all these action films. Did it make you wonder about that sort of side of your career? Would that be anything you'd ever consider? Something more...
I mean, they need to do a lot of work with me to be able to pull that off.
Well, yeah, if you could learn to skateboard, the next step.
She was saying to me though that she's got I can't remember what those blades are called, the ones that she like flicks around and does all
butterfly knives.
Yeah, butterfly knives. She said that she got some of them at home and she's genuinely got really good at like doing all the craziness with them.
So your technique to charm people is refreshers and Crystal Palace.
Yeah, she's got butterfly knives.
She's got butterfly knives. So intimidation tactics.
There you go.
I kind of like that. Any more from that side? This lady in the tartan scarf.
Hi.
Hi.
Is there a song from the film that you like really found that was like the best to play and that you could connect with most?
I loved playing the first concert song, which was I Want What You Have. I love playing that because that was just really fun. And then I love Heart Like Yours. I like that song as well. That's really nice.
My personal pick, not that you asked me, is I Want What You Have.
Oh, really?
That's really catchy, that one.
That was fun.
That whole scene looked like a bag of fun.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Amazing.
In like a cellar somewhere.
We have time for 2 more questions, which means the next 2 people I point at should be probably getting sweaty palms right now. Are you up for the challenge? Once you get a microphone, are you up for the challenge? I'm sure your diction's excellent, but...
What was your first reaction when you actually first met Chloe?
I was so shaking. I was so scared. So we met at the chemistry read, and yeah, I was just petrified, and I had to go out to America for that, and my knees were clanging together, and I was just pretending to be as relaxed as possible. When again inside, I was pooing myself.
What's your pretending to be relaxed move?
Exactly like that.
It's a bit like pooing yourself, I think.
You wouldn't even know.
You wouldn't even know. Acting. One more. Here, again, right in the middle. Leather jacket, just like Adam.
Hi.
Hi.
You have a lot of emotional scenes in the film. What did you do to prepare for that?
I don't know. I kind of just learn the words and hope for the best in a lot of scenarios. I also do this thing that someone taught me where I write a letter. And then keep it in my pocket. A letter about Summit or something, and then I would just kind of read that, look over that, listen to some music maybe, but most of the time hoping for the best.
You do realise you've got the best answer to that question I've ever heard, which is the honest truth. I learn the words and then I say them. That's a wonderful thing. And Jamie, thank you again. Let's use the word again for being wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
The quadruple threat that is Jamie Blackley. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Absolute hero. Everyone clap by putting your hands together like this.
Thank you
and a
so
bit louder,
much for coming.
Loud enough that he feels comfortable leaving. Thank you again so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.